Are we ready to start 30 minutes of unfinished projects? And we're going to set a timer for 30 minutes, which should be 1 o'clock. So off we go. I'm not going to leave that in view, but I'll try and put some sort of timer. We'll look at it occasionally. Right, so I've got 30 minutes. Going to work on the grungy journal. And what I'm going to make are some corner tucks. Now, yeah, I know. You've made them all before. Aha, but this is going to be slightly different. I'm just wondering if I can get that in the screen. Maybe up here. I think I can still do. So all you're going to need for this, easy peasy peasy, little embellishments for afterwards. I'll talk about them in a moment. Random book pages. Get out as many different fonts and styles of book pages that you've got. I've got quite a few, so just take a few pages out of all the books you've got. I've also got a little bit of music paper, and as you can see, it's all a bit vintagey looking, but we are going to grunge it up slightly more. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to use this as my first one because although it's vintage, it is very, very tough for some reason. Now, measure your page. Don't start and then think, oh, I've made them too big. So just sort of, let's do an inside page. So I've got an inside page. Okay, so we're going to do a big, nice, deep tuck pocket. Then you can get proper stuff in without it falling out. So we're going to do one at a time. I know. God, wonders will never cease. One at a time, Carol. I've got some old German paper. And this is already ripped there. 2 pages. Now, book pages are usually quite thin. So we're going to have to be a bit layery. We're going to layer today. And all I'm going to do is build up layers of different styles of books. That's the same one. Oh la la. Try and get some different colours. Now, as you remember, I don't like edges. I don't like straight edges. I can't even cut. I can't even rip straight. So we're going to do a few sort of bits. What this one, this encyclopedia one, and I'm going to try and rip nice and sort of roughly even like this. Okay, so I've got this one. I have to be careful with this one because there's a lot of not nice words. I mean, failure, swamp, crush. We don't want them. Oh, you see, now it's gone off. But we'll just keep doing that. That's better. Golden touch. Now, let me do a... No, doing it the wrong way, aren't I? Oh, I don't know. I had it all planned, guys. Okay, so we've got quite a few going on already. So I've got my book pages. Oops. So one more I think. So all we're going to do now, I know, you're thinking, what's she doing? She's just ripping paper. Wasting your 30 minutes, Carol, you're wasting your 30 minutes. So this was my base one. So all I'm going to do now is go over the top of this one and glue them down. The more random you rip them, the better. Now, I'm going to sew, but if you are just gluing, then make sure that you glue all your edges, and I haven't inked. Let's do one without inking and see what it looks like, and then we'll do one with inking. So just layer them up. Oops. And I'm doing this for my grungy journal, obviously. So I'm going to have a few. They might not all go in. And make them overlap, okay, as much as you like this. So you've got quite a lot of stuff going on. Okay, so something like that. Now we're going to leave that like that. We're going to do another one and we're going to ink it up, just so we've got something a bit different. Oh, I've got two. There we go. Do that one and do that one. Let's move you out the way. Where are? Oh, you can just see Millie. There's Millie having a dinner. Distracting me. Right, go over there. It's going to keep going off, but we'll keep checking. It'll go off when it gets to 30 minutes. I thought this was the best thing to do, so you could see I was doing 30 minutes. And this is it. We're just going to layer up like this. I've already cut that one, so we might as well use that one. You can also make another pocket at the bottom. But if you do that, you're going to need to strengthen underneath. So just get yourself a piece of thicker, like this is an old book page. More book pages. I'm not cheating. And just fancy something a little bit different. They're all going to be different. They're not going to be the same. And rip around. Don't want that. So that's going to go on there. So is that. Just get rid of some of it. That can go on. This can go on. What haven't I got on there? How about some of this? Let's get rid of that. Just trim her up. Very random. There we go. No, not sure I like that one. I don't like that edge. See, it's got an edge. Take off the edge. God, it's amazing, isn't it? As soon as you put a time pressure on yourself, it's like, ah! You don't need to. You can just say, okay, for the length of Carol's video, I'm going to do this. I'm just trying to make it, you know, a bit more stressful for myself. Okay, right. So now for this one, we're going to ink it up. So this is going to take a few minutes, which is unfortunate. But I think it does help. I can still do the inking on that one because I haven't glued it down yet. I can't do that one very much. It's very thin. Just on the edges. Especially these lovely torn ones there. That's where I ripped it out of the book. Because I'm always been a bit messy. Okay. Right, let's do this one. Will you stop falling over? Okay, so first of all we'll do this. And what I'm going to do is again just glue. I think I'm out of glue. It's on its last legs again. It don't last very long. Right, so we're going to come down like that so you can see all the layers. And I like this edge, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up this straight edge. Now that might make it a bit big. Hang on, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go like this. Change your mind. You can change your mind, absolutely fine. Just get some lovely layers going like this. Which way should we have it? Sort of like that. There we go. That's another one. If it's too big for my page, I'll just rip it off. Right, I'll just show you how to do a variation. And then we'll decorate them up. I think that's probably going to be me 30 minutes. But I've made a start. It's been sat there a little while and I haven't done anything with it. So this is brilliant. I said this was mainly going to be for me, didn't I? Sorry, I am doing it for you as well. Because I know that there's more than just me has got unfinished projects. I've read the comments. Okay, well, we need another layer on that one first, I think. Let's have a bit of this. Oh, we've got this. This will do. So, we want to first of all get rid of that edge. Nice and straight. Nice and straight. Let's use that side because that's lovely. And we will rip this way. Sometimes I forget which way to rip on my folds, but you know, can be sorted. So just down to there, and we can use these scraps up, not a problem. Let's add this bit. So do a little test run first. Oh, here comes the rain. So I'm going to dangle this off the edge. That is just keep falling over like that. And then this is going to go on the bottom as another pocket. So what I can do is glue that down. Obviously I'm going to have to glue that properly, otherwise it's going to not work in the pocket very well. Okay. And I'm going to put this little bit on because it just sitting there. And then this. Oh, I don't like that edge. Oh, I don't like that edge. Let's just make that a bit more grungy. I think half the battle with grungy is embracing torn bits. So that will go on there. I want to add that on top. Oh, I'm running out of glue. I've got to go find a new glue stick, but I'm on the timer. I'm on the clock. This is bad. Okay, we've got a little bit of... Look at that. Right. Isn't it typical? Right, because we've got to do some sewing. In fact, let's just glue. Let's just glue them because that'll be quicker and I can show you. So what I will do is just glue when it wants to work. Come on. Along. This is coming out really fast. And up. And I'm going to do a little bit there because I know it's going to go... Yeah, it doesn't go on there, does it? Alright, sorry, I have cut that out because I was coughing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down, and I've turned it the other way up. It's now upside down, but it doesn't matter. So I've got a couple of pockets. I've got 3 pockets. This one is not grunged up. So as you can see, it looks slightly cleaner. So you could use that in like a shabby chic journal. Or you can ink it in different colours. I'm just going to go over the edges where I fancy doing edges in with my glue stick. I've got glue stick on the brown. Oh my goodness. Could go find another glue stick now. Right, so we've got 3. So what I'm going to do now is I'll stitch afterwards to save time. What are we on? We're only halfway through. Let me go and stitch. This one's glued. So I'm going to quickly stitch these. Right, let's turn the sewing machine around a minute. Right, you may feel a bit wobbly while I do this. I'm going to move everything out of the way because obviously my sewing machine is over here. Right, clunky clunky. And I'll leave the gluey one there. And we'll just bring this in. And we're just going to go around the edge. Now I have this machine that does all sorts of weird and wonderful stitches. So I love playing around with it. So I'm just going to stitch around a couple of times probably. Let's have a go. It might be a bit noisy, so I might turn the sound off while I'm doing it. Was that too noisy? See, I've got brown, so I've got this colour in the top, and I've got white underneath because I don't see the white. And I love playing with this. It does like to do a little extra stitch. I don't know why, but there you go. How cool is that? That's our glued one. So we're just going to do a different stitch because I like to mess it up a bit. What does this one do? This one looks interesting. Grungy journals are just so much fun to make. Love them. Right, that's enough of the noise. I know. It really is. Snowball hates it. And move that out of the way. She really doesn't like the sewing machine. As you can see, I've just gone round and round and messed about with it. We have 12 minutes of our half an hour. So what I've done is I have got some of my favourite stuff, my bandage, and I've got some little pictures. Now these I've just cut out of, this was from a magazine. I was just throwing it away and I saw this and I thought that is really cool. So I might use some of that. But this is the book I've got them from. Now, this isn't an old book. It's an AA, which is our road people. I'm sure you've probably heard of it. And it's called Secret Britain. Now, they've done a whole series of these. And they're not old. This one is 1986, I think I read. Yeah, 1986. But inside, it's got these little photos. Got big photos as well. You know, balancing rocks. Got a little person here. You've got lots of these little black and white images on the edges of the pages. And all I've done is I've just gone through and cut a few out. So if you're looking for vintage ephemera, don't discard new books, because have a little look inside. They may have some really cool images that you can actually use. I mean, I wouldn't be using all of these, but just the few that you can find make it worth, I don't know, I think it was £1, you know, from the car boot or something. But it's very heavy, it's very thick. But, you know, I keep dipping into it and it's brilliant for ephemera. So, that said, let's finish this off. I waffled now for 2 minutes. Okay. See if I can get these done. So I'm going to cut them out. I don't know. You're going, oh no, you've got straight edges, Carol. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with all them straight edges? Well, funny you should say that. I am going to distress them up because they're going to look a bit weird. I just got to cut them. Oh, I've only got 3, haven't I? So I can do 3. She goes all quiet while she's cutting. Right. Oh, I've cut them all out now, ready. I think this is slightly too big. Queen Elizabeth, I might have to wait for another day. That's a big one. Okay. This is like the blackbirds in a pie. You know, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. That's about as much singing as you're going to get from me. And I don't know what that is that's sort of going through it. But, you know, this is what you get when you're thrifting through old magazines. So I'm going to just quickly rough up the edges. Like this. And this one. And we'll use these. In fact, I want another layer. What should we have? Oh, I know. Some of my packing paper I can use. I've got loads of that. And my brother, I spoke to my brother the other day, and he's going to be bringing some more. And I'm like, I haven't finished the last lot you bought me. Right, let me see if I can find some. Okay, so it's just packing paper, Amazon packing paper, or whatever, you know, paper bags. That's the word I'm looking for. And I'm just going to cut. There's a word you don't hear from me very often. Cut. Roughly, that might be better on that one. Roughly go round them. Now all I need to do is get rid of the straight edge on that. So they're all going to be quite similar. Should we put something different behind the birds? Oh, they look a bit stark against there. We're gonna have a little play. Why not? Why not? So we need the inker. And what I'm going to do is just go around the edges and make that a bit more tatty. It's easy to do when you're inking, really. I don't know if this needs it. We'll work that one out in a minute. I'm just using the ink that's left on my little dauber. I haven't dipped it. Okay. And we need some of my bandage. Or muslin. Whatever you've got. Feel free to substitute anything that you've got if you're making these. Whatever you've got to hand. Whatever style you're doing. Obviously, I'm doing my grungy one. Because that's what I'm working on. So let's get... Right, that little one is going on here, isn't it? So I'm not sure we can fit on. You can't even see me, can you? Let me have a look. Sorry, guys. Out of frame. What a nightmare I am. So blackbird, Carol, you're getting very distracted now. You're panicking with the time. We got 6 minutes left. Okay. So we're going to use this on here, aren't we? So I'm going to glue. I'm going to have to use this glue because the glue stick has now run out. And what I might do is stitch round that again in a minute. And I'm just going to do a bit more. You don't need digitals, you don't need fancy things. You can do grungy journals with anything you've got. You can make your journals with anything you've got. Whatever you have. There we go. How about that? So let's make this one. And get some bandage. And all I'm going to do is very quickly layer these up. Now you don't have to, but because these are going straight into my journal, I thought I'd better I better do the whole thing. I may add some more. I may add some more fabric to it. Something like that. I may add some ruffles or something. I didn't put this on. Too much chatting. Not enough concentrating what you're doing. Right. Stick. Stick, 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 stick. That's bounced you about a bit, hasn't it? And the last one, just here. No, I don't need all that. Right, let's try and remember to put this on in between. Well, I think I've made a start, haven't I? I've made a start. And if it comes off the edge, much better. I'm going to just wipe my hand, wipe my fingers, because I love my fingers being grotty. Do I want to? Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to keep with the theme. No, I'm not. I'm going to stitch around this, aren't I, first? I'll be back in a moment. Have a look at these while I'm gone. I'm just going to quickly go around this. Oops. Okay. We've had a bit of a mishap. My cotton's run out. So we're not stitching because I'm not stopping to redo all that now. We are 3 minutes to go now, half an hour. How have you done? How have you got on, guys? Have you managed to get stuff done? Or are you just watching me? I hope you're joining in. Let me know in the comments if you're joining in and how much you got done. What you were working on. Okay? If you want to join in with our unfinished projects, please go and watch the video that I'm going to link up here. It tells you all about it. And it's got my face on it, so you see something other than my hands. And do subscribe, because we're going to be doing this every Sunday until we run out of unfinished projects. So never. We'll always be doing this every Sunday in the afternoon. Well, in the afternoon for me. I don't know what time it's going to be for any of you. But in the UK, I'll be here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. So I think we are just about done. We have 2 minutes left. Thank you for timing us, Millie. Millie is my granddaughter. I don't know if any of you know. And she lives in Australia. And I miss her so much. I miss her. But, you know, things are as they are. So we need to just pop. Oh, I've got to pop them in my journal. Oh. Think I might be going over my timing. Which one we're going to put them in? I want a nice blank page to fill up. Where's a blank? I've got stamping on some of these. I have stamped. Come on, Carol, you're over your 30 minutes now. Here we go. Here's one. Let's put this one on here. Okay. Okay. Well, I think my 30 minutes are up. Oh, no, I've got a minute. What, I'm using the wrong glue, aren't I? Oh, dear. Okay, stand up. I'll get the other glue. Stand up there. And I'm going to pop that down. So that is 2 pockets there. And this is a not sewn one. So what we can do, if you did want to make it look like it's sewn, I can put the other ones on in a moment. Oops, not that. You can add faux stitching. Now, I don't know how to do zigzag faux stitching, but you can sort of do, oh, we've got a few seconds. You can do this to make it look like it's sewn, which I think is super fun. Like my stitching's that neat. Oh, there we go. Time up. I think we did pretty well. We made 3. And I've managed to get 1 in the journal. But I've actually managed to decorate them as well. So they just need popping into my journal. There we go. What do you think, guys? I've lost my lid. I will see you all next week and we'll work on something different. Bye for now.